I had a strange experience recently when I logged onto my computer and discovered that several of my emails had been quarantined as a result of possible infection by a virus. Not the coronavirus this time, but my computer was simply protecting itself from any dangerous viral software that might be trying to infiltrate the system and stop any damage to my files or to the operating system. Fortunately, the suspect emails turned out to be genuine, and I was able to release them and read them as normal. The word quarantine comes from the Latin word quarantina, meaning 40 days. It was originally used in the 15th century in Venice to denote the period when ships had to be isolated with passengers and crew, not able to go ashore for 40 days to prevent the spread of the plague. Most of us across the world have been put into isolation at the moment to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and are in quarantine at home. We are being told to keep separate from each other and to avoid any unnecessary contact with other people, keeping at least 2 meters apart. This has been referred to as social isolation, but I think a better word might be spatial isolation, since even though we have to be kept apart physically, we can still remain and should remain connected socially. At times like this, social media and online systems that allow us to connect with each other become really crucial to maintain a sense of community. As we become more spatially isolated, it is important that we become more virtually connected with our friends, our colleagues at work, and here at Whitgift in particular, with the boys that we teach or tutor. So when my computer, which is increasingly becoming my lifeline to the outside world, tells me that incoming messages are also being quarantined, I feel even more isolated. Christians across the world are currently observing the season of Lent, which commemorates the period of 40 days that Jesus spent in the wilderness, in isolation, fasting and praying. There he experienced a time of great testing and was strengthened for the ministry that he was about to begin. On Ash Wednesday, which marks the beginning of Lent, we would never have imagined that a couple of weeks later, all churches and other places of worship would be closed, and that we would be meeting to pray together through online connections rather than face to face. Our school is a great community built on the legacy of John Whitgift, a community of respect, of tolerance and of diversity. Normally in term time we gather together as forms, as year groups, and in lower, middle and upper school assemblies to celebrate and strengthen our sense of community together. Now we are unable to do this and instead have to rely on Microsoft Teams and other online ways of virtually connecting to keep us together in community. It is really important during this period of quarantine to keep in touch regularly with our families, our friends and our teachers. We need to support and encourage each other and to keep up regular routines of work and play and exercise to keep us going through these strange times. When Jesus spent time in the wilderness, he had much opportunity to reflect, to pray, and to gain inner strength. Whether or not you are religious, I would encourage you all to use this time in quarantine to become more self-reflective, to spend time in silence, to pray or meditate, if that is your practice, to listen to music and poetry, to contemplate great works of art which are now available online, to read, to write, to discover more about yourself, and to become hopefully a stronger and better person. I also hope and pray that we would all become less selfish as human beings and look out more for others and their needs during these challenging times that we are all in together, rich or poor, young or old. There have already been many acts of kindness towards neighbours who are on their own or in need, by offers to do shopping, offers to pick up urgent supplies or medication, offers to get in touch. If you are able to do these things and are not having to self-isolate, then please seek out local community organisations that can provide opportunities for volunteering. Finally, we need to support and help all those who still have to work, especially the doctors and nurses on the front line who are daily risking their lives to save others and provide urgent medical support and care to those who are seriously ill as a result of COVID-19. Last night, many of us will have joined in the applause at 8 o'clock for those incredible heroes of our NHS who are working day and night to fight off this terrible disease. There may be other ways of helping our NHS at this crucial time. If you are able to do so, then please consider volunteering or helping out on phone lines. I hope that you and your family will keep well and keep safe. I will be praying each day for our school and for all the members of this amazing community of Whitgift, which I am extremely proud to be part of. I end with our school prayer. May we be grateful for our school, for John Whitgift, our founder, for the gift of education, for the gift of belonging. May this be a place where wisdom is championed, character developed, and bright futures shaped. Protect us and keep us safe in peace and harmony. Help us show respect, encouragement, and kindness towards one another. Preserve within us a passion for learning and a desire to make the most of every day. Guide and comfort us through any difficulties we may face. Bless us with an increasing knowledge and awareness of a greater love. Let us always remember and assist those less fortunate than ourselves. Fill us with wisdom and strength, that we may be the best that we can be, and may we not forget to live. Amen.